Neither I am a professional editor nor I enjoy reading. I am cultivating a habit of reading by sharing it with you. Today is Saturday, December 20, 2025. The Indian Express. It's okay to zone out. I know no matter how much good the content we consume, no matter how much good the content we consume is, at one point of time we do get zone out. So I'm not going to ask you to pay attention on every single word I speak. Just keep the video on and zone out, because I know even zoning out needs something to support. We can't zone out just like that or being alone. The reason why when we do some kind of productive thing, we are we have a tendency, whenever we try to do any constructive or productive thing, we do get zone out. We are not able to consistently focus on it. Okay. The reason why it's quite easier than to attain, even I'm even personally I'm not gonna remember every single word whichever I'm gonna read, neither the context nor the article nor the words. I'm just cultivating a habit of reading, and so I'm sharing it with you. So feel free to zone out. There is nothing to be bothered, there is nothing to bother about it. Okay. So the headline is violence over death of anti-Hasina activist, two Dhaka Delhi's tortured. Soldiers fan out. Interim government calls for calm in run-up to February polls. This article has been given by Julhas Alam, Dhaka, December 19. Bangladesh's interim government urged people Friday to resist violence as soldiers and police fan out across Dhaka and other cities following protests over the killing of a popular youth leader, sparking fears of more unrest ahead of national elections in which he had been due to run. Bangladesh is due to elect a new parliament in less than 2 months, a transition many hope will help the country recover from nearly 2 years of instability. Frequent bouts of violent protests and political wrangling among disparate groups, including Islamist hardliners, have marked the wake of student led protests that ousted powerful leader and long-time Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in August 2024. It has also exposed the limitations of the interim government headed by Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus, analysts said, raising questions over his grip on governance. Hasina's party, the Awami League, which has been barred from the February 12th vote, has threatened unrest that some fear could derail the election itself. Okay, now there is much more in this article, but the rest, but a disclaimer which I give in my every video, that articles mentioned on the first page are just 25% of them. There are 75% of each every article of the front page is given on the second page. But I don't read it because I don't like to read it. As I mentioned before, I'm cultivating a habit of reading. And I know knowing incomplete information is dangerous, but I'm not. But if we use it somewhere or if we implement it somewhere, neither I'm going to use this information anywhere nor I'm going to implement it. The reason why I'm okay to just read the 25% of of all the articles mentioned on the front page, because I like to read just that. And as I mentioned before, you are very free to zone out, because as I mentioned, even I say this on behalf of my experience. Whenever, no matter how much good movie, YouTube video or reel I'm watching, there comes a moment when I zone out from it. I don't focus on it, no matter how much good it is. Okay. So I'm not going to ask you like other YouTubers, please listen carefully, please pay attention. Just keep this video on and keep zoning out. As I mentioned before, it also needs something to do so. I've already mentioned everything before, so I won't repeat it. It won't be fine. Moving to the next. Moving to the next title. Oh my god. 111111 as account number. Shut centers same photos. Okay, this is an account number 111111111111, as account number shut centers same photos. CAG on gaps in skills scheme. Corrective action taken with Tech Aadhaar, says Skills Ministry. Given by Hari Kishan Sharma, New Delhi, December 19. The use of this number as the bank account number, the same photograph used for multiple beneficiaries, payouts pending for more than 34 lakh candidates, and shuttered training centers. These are some of the glaring irregularities. These are some of the glaring irregularities identified by the Com- Comptroller and Auditor General of India in the implementation of the center's flagship skills training initiative. Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana in three phases from 2015 2000 to 2022. The CAC findings were detailed in an audit report tabled in the Lok Sabha on Thursday. That's significant because PMKVY has been one of the major interventions by the government to provide skills training to combat joblessness among youth. According to available data, the unemployment rate was 15% in the age group of 15 to 29 years in May 2025. The skills scheme was launched in July 2015 to enable a large number of youth to take up industry relevant skill training and certification. Its three phases between 2015 and 2022 had an outlay of around rupees 14,450 crore with a combined target of providing skill training and certifications to 1.32 crore candidates. The first phase was launched in 2015-16, the second during 2016 to 20, and the third in 2021 to 22, with 1.1 crore candidates certified across this period. The anomalies in bank account numbers recorded on the Skill India portal were found during the CAG's audit of candidates' electronic identities and contact details. Analysis of data related to PMKVY 2.0 and 3.0 revealed that bank account details field contained zeros, null or was blank in case of 90,000 sorry 90 lakh 66,264 of total 95,090 sorry of total 95 lakh 90,801 participants, that is for 94.53% of the cases. In the case of the remaining 5,24,537 candidates, 12,122 unique bank account numbers were repeated for 52,381 participants in two or more instances as detailed. The CAC found, even in cases of use of single account for one candidate, 472156 unique accounts for each candidate, instances of apparent wrong account numbers were noticed. Okay, the next title is English would not touch hearts. Wait, let me finish. English would not touch hearts. This is an anti-elite era. The article has been given by Hina Khandelwal, Mumbai, December 19. Over the years, stand-up comedian Zakir Khan has broken ceilings and defied norms. But when he recently headlined a full-length show at New York's iconic Madison Square Garden, the first time the venue hosted a Hindi stand-up, it became a moment everyone back home came together to celebrate. Speaking at the Express Adda in Mumbai on Thursday, Khan reflected on how stand-up comedy in India naturally leaned heavily on English initially. The art form comes from abroad, so everybody was okay. He has said something which is mentioned on the second page. I don't know why. Okay, whatever it is. Wait, the next article is completely present here. If I'm not wrong, yeah. Zakir Khan has said something. That's on the second page. I can't change my ethics. If I have decided I'm not going to read the second page, I won't. No matter either Zakir Khan or Shah Rukh Khan says whatever on the front page, and the rest is on the second page. Okay. The next title is High Court sets aside Lokpal order for CBI move against TMC's Mahua. Article has been given by Sohini Ghosh, New Delhi, December 19. Noting that there is a clear departure from the procedure expressly mandated under the Lokpal Act, the Delhi High Court Friday set aside the Lokpal order granting sanction to, to the CBI to file a charge sheet against TMC Lok Sabha MP Mahua Moitra in the alleged cash for query matter. In 2023, Moitra was accused of allegedly sharing her parliament login credentials with businessman Darshan Hiranandani in exchange for cash and expensive gifts. She admitted sharing her login details with Hiranandani but denied taking any cash from him in exchange for raising questions in parliament. In a plea before the High Court, Moitra had challenged the Lokpal's November 12 order primarily on the ground that it was passed without taking into consideration her submissions and filings before filings before the anti-corruption ombudsman in violation of the prescribed procedure under section 20 in bracket 7 of the Lokpal Act, recording that the Lokpal followed extraneous and impermissible procedures that find no support in the Lokpal Act. A division bench of Justices Anil Kshetrapal and Harish Vaidyanathan, a division bench of Justices Anil Kshetrapal and Harish Vaidyanathan Shankar said the manner in which the proceedings were conducted as is neither contemplated by the statute nor required for the proper discharge of the Lokpal's functions, and appears to amount a form of statutory ingenuity or re-engineering of the Lokpal Act, resulting in a process inconsistent with the scheme object and express provisions of the statute. The bench has now remanded the matter back to Lokpal to reconsider the aspect of grant of sanction strictly in accordance with provisions of the Act and take a decision in a month's time. The direction came after the court concluded that the Lokpal in Moitra's case has assumed or has proposed to assume the role of an adju- adjudicatory authority and to conduct proceedings akin to a trial, an exercise that is wholly beyond his jurisdiction. Now, the next title is The Night's Watch of Lagat. Women take on drug problem in Himachal Pradesh village. Given by Saurabh Parashar, Lagat, Himachal Pradesh, December 19. Every night, as the rest of Lathal village in Himachal's Bilaspur district gets into their warm beds, a bunch of bobbing lights appear on a link road connecting it to the state highway. The women of Lathal are braced for the cold, dark horses. Sorry, the women of Lathal are braced for the cold, dark hours ahead, building their mobile phone torchlights, lathis, and a resolve to stop a rising drug problem. Lagat village falls under the Barmana Gram Panchayat bordering Punjab, which is one of the 234 panchayats identified as highly affected by the chitta and intoxicant. Sorry, highly affected by the chitta and intoxicant menace in Himachal Pradesh by the government. Recently, the 22-member Lagat Mahila Mandal took the task of controlling it in its hands, starting with patrolling the newly constructed link road that the women believe has brought the problem to their doorsteps between 9 p.m. and 1 a.m. Over the years, with several big cement manufacturing plants coming up in the area, Lagat is no longer the quiet village it once was. With its 36 odd houses and a population of around 550, the coming up of the 500-meter link road has further disturbed that quiet. Suman Kumari, 32 years old, who is a Lagat, now it's Lagat or Lagat. I'll say Lagat. I feel Lagat is sounds fine, sounds better than Lagat. Sorry. I apologize for saying Lagat till now. I believe it's Lagat, and if it's not, and if it's something else, to mention in the comments. Suman Kumari, 32 years old, who is a Lagat ward member and also part of its Mahila Mandal, says she can arrest to this personally. She can attest, sorry, she can attest to this personally. Out on patrol along with five other women on a Wednesday night, she says, around 1.5 years back, my husband developed an addiction to chitta. Okay, okay. I guess I missed one. Yeah. I went till the bottom of the front page, but I missed one. I'll read it now. Delhi's concern anti-India current will violence derail February polls. Yes, I guess I didn't read this. Delhi's concern anti-India current will violence derail February polls. Given by Shubhajit Roy, New Delhi, December 19. With Bangladesh witnessing a fresh round of turmoil in which the Indian High Commission in Dhaka and its association and its associated sorry and its assistant High Commission across Bangladesh are facing threats. New Delhi's concern is deepened by the imperative that its interests are linked to Bangladesh's elections in February next year. The spark for the latest violence is the December 12th shooting of 32-year-old Shanf, Shanf Osman Hadi, who had participated in the movement against Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, leading to her ouster from office on August 5, 2024. Hadi, a spokesperson for the Inqilab Mancha or Platform for Revolution, was shot in the head by masked assailants on a bike in Dhaka last Friday while launching his campaign for the elections on February 12th. He died on December 18. I, I would repeat this. Hadi, a spokesperson for the Inqilab Mancha or Platform for Revolution, was shot in the head by masked assailants on a bike in Dhaka last Friday while launching his campaign for the elections on February 12th. He died on December 18. Okay. Now the happening today section of the front page. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will arrive in Assam for a 2-day visit during which he'll inaugurate the new terminal building of the Guwahati airport and perform the Bhumi Pujan the Bhumi Pujan of the rupees 12,000 crore ammonia urea fertilizer plant at Namrap in Dibrugarh. Second, India are set to announce their squad for the T20 World Cup in India and Sri Lanka. Among the talking points are Rinku Singh's possible inclusion as a lower order finisher and whether Shubman Gill, out of form, will retain his place as vice captain. Moving to the state news of Maharashtra, the first title is Nagpur, 6 workers killed, 9 injured as water tank bursts. 3 of the injured in critical condition, said by police. Given by Ankita Deshkar, Nagpur, December 19. 6 workers were killed while 9 others were injured on Friday after a water tank burst at a factory belonging to the Avada Group Avada Group in Butibori near Nagpur. Three of the injured are in a critical condition. Speaking to the Indian Express, Nagpur Rural Superintendent of Police Harsh Poddar confirmed the death toll. Police said the modular water tank with a capacity of around 150 kilometer sorry. Police said the modular water tank with a capacity of around 150 kiloliters was undergoing testing when it burst. The incident occurred between 11:15 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. at Avada's factory located in the new MIDC area. All the deceased are from Bihar. Those killed are Arvind Kumar Thakur from Champaran, Ashok Kanchan Patel from Paharpur, Ajay Rajeshwar Paswan from Muzaffarpur, Sudhanshu Kumar Nageshwar Sahani from Muzaffarpur, Bullet Kumar Indrajit Shah from West Champaran, and Shamim Ansari from Muzaffarpur. According to a medical bulletin issued by AIMS Nagpur, information regarding the blast at MIDC Butibori was received by the Trauma and Emergency Department at 12:45 p.m. based on details provided by the Butibori police station. Initially, three victims brought to the hospital were declared dead on arrival. Nagpur Rural Tehsildar Arvind Dahad told media persons that the injured have been admitted to Maya Hospital. An accidental death has been registered at Butibori police station. The police have informed the Directorate of Industrial Safety and Health Nagpur about the incident. A dish team inspected the site. Meanwhile, Avada's Avada Group's management has an Meanwhile, Avada Group's management has announced compensation for the deceased and the injured. Sad news. Let's pray for those who got killed, and let's pray for those who got injured for their recovery. Okay. The next title is Man forges birth certificate to show minor as adult at Pune hospital after impregnating her. Given by Express News Service, Pune, December 19. Police on Thursday booked a 25-year-old man, a resident of Pune, on charges of rape and forgery after it was found that he had allegedly sexually exploited a minor girl between 2023 and 2024 and impregnated her, officials said. At the time of that the minor girl was to deliver, the man allegedly admitted her to the government-run Sassoon Hospital in Pune by submitting a fake birth certificate of the Nagpur Municipal Corporation to prove that she was an adult, the police said. The minor had given birth to a baby at the Sassoon Hospital, the Pune police said. Pune police said they filed an FIR against the man under sections 376 and 196 of the Indian Penal Code and sections of the Prevention of Children from Sexual Offences (POCSO) Act based on a complaint from the Child Welfare Committee this month. The girl's mother was also booked as she was reportedly aware of the fact that the man had been sexually assaulting her minor daughter for a year, the police said. We initiated a We initiated a probe into this case. We recovered a copy of the birth certificate used by the accused. We communicated with the Nagpur police. We communicated with the Nagpur Municipal Corporation, which revealed that the birth certificate is bogus. So the accused and the girl's mother, who was found involved in the offence, have been booked under IPC and POCSO sections. Further investigation is on, said a senior police officer. The next title is Leopard enters residential complex, attacks 7, rescued after 7 hours. given by Manish Kumar Pathak, Mumbai, December 19. Friday morning descended into panic for residents of Parijat building in Bhayandar East after a leopard strayed into a residential complex and attacked seven people, including a woman and her daughter, before being rescued following a nearly 7-hour operation. The incident is the latest in spate of leopard attacks and sightings reported from Maharashtra's expanding urban and peri-urban areas in recent months. Police said the leopard entered a first floor flat around 8 a.m. and attacked Anjali Tak and her 22-year-old daughter Khushi, Khushi while they were sleeping. Both, oh god, I need to read this again. Police said the leopard entered a first floor flat around 8 a.m. and attacked Anjali Tak and her 22-year-old daughter Khushi while they were sleeping. Both suffered injuries, with Khushi sustaining serious wounds to her face and legs. She was later shifted to KM Hospital in Mumbai as her condition was described as critical. Six others injured in the incident are undergoing treatment at a hospital in Bhayandar. The mom and daughter were sleeping, and it was a first floor flat where the leopard entered. I'm not saying do not buy any first floor flat or do not sleep, but I'm just praying that this situation gets resolved as soon as possible. Six others injured in the incident are undergoing treatment at a hospital in Bhayandar. The leopard's presence in the densely populated locality triggered panic, with residents rushing indoors as police, fire brigade personnel, and forest officials rushed to the spot. Senior Inspector Dheeraj Kohli of Navghar Police Station said around 100 police personnel from Navghar and neighboring stations were deployed, along with fire brigade teams and officials from the Sanjay Gandhi National Park. The area was cordoned off and announcements were made asking residents to shut their doors and remain indoors to avoid any untoward incident, Kohli said. According to police, before entering the Tak family's flat number 101, the leopard had attacked five people in the surrounding area. Fire brigade and police teams managed to rescue Anjali and her husband, while Khushi jumped towards a window fitted with a box grill. She remained trapped between the glass window and the iron grill until firefighters broke open the grill and pulled her out safely, a police officer said. Forest department teams deployed nets across the flats, indoors and windows, and the leopard was finally captured around 3 p.m. It was later shifted to the SGNP. Local MLA Narendra Mehta visited the spot and raised concern over the incident. It is surprising how a leopard came into the city. It's a busy place in Bhayandar where vehicles and public movement continue round the clock. The periphery of the sorry, the periphery sorry, the periphery of the national park is around 3 kilometers from the incident spot. The fire brigade rescued the parents and daughter, Mehta said. He added strong preventive measures should be taken to stop leopards from straying into the city. Forest department needs to keep proper vigilance and patrolling in the area. Our demand to the Maharashtra government is the injured should get free medical treatment and adequate compensation. Maharashtra Transport Minister Pratap Sarnaik also inspected the site and questioned the response time of forest officials. Leopard entered the area at 8 a.m. and till 10 a.m. officials of the forest department did not reach the spot. The forest department should install CCTV cameras in the forest area so they could track leopards and reach spots as soon as such incidents occur. The forest department should take their responsibility seriously, Sir Naik said. The Bhayandar incident comes amid a spate of leopard sightings and attacks in Maharashtra's expanding urban and peri-urban areas. Over the past few months, leopards have been repeatedly spotted in cities such as Nashik, Pimpri Chinchwad, Thane, and Aurangabad. Now, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar, highlighting the growing overlap between wildlife habitats and human settlements. These rising encounters have been attributed to rapid urbanization along forest fringe- fringes, shrinking green buffers, and increased movement of leopards through natural corridors, abutting cities. These incidents had forced the Maharashtra government to take note, with Maharashtra Forest Minister Ganesh Naik on December 10 announcing that the state will be releasing goat, sorry, goats into forests to prevent the animals from entering human settlements in search of prey. Naik made the statement during a calling attention motion on leopard attacks, which was discussed at the legislature's winter session in Nagpur. If four people are killed in leopard attacks, the state must pay rupees 1 crore as compensation. So I told officials, instead of paying compensation after deaths, release goats worth rupees 1 crore into the forest so that leopards do not venture into human habitats, Naik said, while replying to the motion raised by NCP SP MLA Jitendra Ohad. A majority of such cases are concentrated in the Pune, Nashik, and Ahilyanagar districts. I repeat, while replying to the motion raised by NCP SP MLA Jitendra Ohad, a majority of such sorry, a majority of such cases, this is the bottom, the last, and a separate thing, a separate information. A majority of such cases are concentrated in the Pune, Nashik, and Ahilyanagar districts. I was actually going to pause the video and I was going to think that majority of such cases are concentrated in Pune, Nashik, and Ailanagar districts. Oh God. I hope, truly hope this situation should get resolved as soon as possible. Now the next title is MU to award 577 PhD degrees this year. Sharp rise after slump due to COVID. 44% increase in awardees from the previous year. Given by Express News Service, Mumbai, December 19. After a prolonged slump in doctoral completions that started during the COVID-19 pandemic, Mumbai University has recorded a strong rebound, announcing that it will award 577 PhD degrees as its annual convocation to be held on January 17. This is nearly a 44% increase in comparison to the 401 PhDs awarded last year and significantly higher than PhDs given from pre-pandemic years. Among the 577 PhDs to be awarded this year, 256 are from Faculty of Science and Technology. Sorry, where was I? Huh. Among the 577 PhDs to be awarded this year, 256 are from Faculty of Science and Technology, 144 from Commerce and Management, 106 from Humanities. Just a moment. Sorry for the glitches. I would like to repeat this, and I should repeat this. Among the 577 PhDs to be awarded this year, 256 are from Faculty of Science and Technology, 144 from Commerce and Management, 106 from Humanities, and 71 from interdisciplinary studies. According to the university administration, the number of 577 is also expected to increase at the time the convocation event is to be held in January, where Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India, Professor Ajay Kumar Sood, will be the chief guest and will deliver the convocation address. Okay, there's a lot more in this article, but I would like to share something. I went through a biography of a politician. You may know him or not, but I went through his biography and I got to know that he got doctorate degree, PhD degree. He completed his PhD at the age of 22nd. Imagine, at the age of 22, he completed his PhD, the age in which many youngsters are not even able to complete their graduation in today. I mean, in today's life, in today's world, where many youngsters are not able to complete their graduation at the age of 22, that man finished his PhD degree at that age. I believe a large contribution of a large contribution in this was that in his adulthood there was no existence of social media or television. There were just films, but they were just one medium to get on screen among people. That was films. I believe then even television was not so hyped or in craze, I guess. And this is the reason why there were not many distractions in that time. I guess the reason why he could achieve that mark in such an young age. And the name of that politician is Mr. Shashi Tharoor, the English Encyclopedia of India. Yeah, the English Encyclopedia of India, Mr. Shashi Tharoor. Okay, so moving ahead in this article, in 2018, the Mumbai University awarded 507 PhDs. In years after, the Mumbai kept reducing and it dropped to only 153 in 2021, a slump believed to have been due to the pandemic related challenges, while the number of PhDs awarded each year after that continued to increase gradually. It's only now that the number has crossed 500 PhDs. Vice Chancellor of Mumbai University, Dr. Professor Ravindra Kulkarni said, the notable increase in PhD enrollment at the University of Mumbai reflects the university's sustained focus on strengthening research excellence and adhering to global academic standards. Initiatives such as the establishment of a dedicated research and development cell, the implementation of a university department ranking framework, and various research promotion activities have created a supportive academic environment. Okay, okay. So the next title is 82-year-old woman threatened with arrest duped of rupees 5 lakh. Given by Manish Kumar Pathak, Mumbai, December 19. Cyber fraud Cyber fraudsters posing as enforcement directorate officials forced an 82-year-old woman in Mumbai to transfer nearly rupees 5 lakh to their account by threatening her with a fake arrest warrant over a WhatsApp video call. The crime came to light after the victim's Dubai based son received a bank notification regarding the funds transfer. He then alerted his mother about the fraud and an FIR was registered at the Navghar police station. On Thursday, according to the police, the victim lives in Mumbai and retired as an assistant manager from a private firm 2 decades ago. She has been staying alone after her husband died in 2012. Her son works in Dubai while her daughter is married and lives with her in laws. The victim alleged that she received a WhatsApp video call from an unknown number on Monday. The caller claimed to be speaking from the ED and threatened her not to hang up the phone. The caller then transferred the call to a purported woman officer named Kavita. The woman officer told the victim that a transaction of rupees 2 crore related to terror funding had taken place in her bank account, and the agency would take action against her under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. The imposters then shared a letter on a forged letterhead of ED. The fraudsters threatened the woman, saying that 247 ATM cards were allegedly seized by the National Investigation Agency in the case and that she has been put under digital arrest. When the victim denied any knowledge of the same, they asked her to share the statement of her bank account. Based on the instructions of Kavita, the victim went to a bank and transferred all her savings into one account. She then transferred her savings to the fraudsters. She then transferred her savings to the fraudsters an RG sorry through an sorry through an RTGS on Wednesday. The FIR says the police have registered the FIR in the matter against unknown persons under several sections of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita and the IT Act. The next title is Mumbai Airport records highest single day November passenger traffic. NOV passenger traffic. I believe it's November. It's the short form of November. Passenger traffic. Given by Express News Service, Mumbai, December 19. Mumbai's Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj International Airport handled over 48.88 lakh passengers in November 2025, recording its highest ever single day passenger traffic during the month, according to airport data. The airport registered a record 1.76 lakh passengers on November 29, marking the highest single day football in its history. Sorry. Marking the highest single day footfall in its history. Two other days on November 15 and 22 also crossed 1.72 lakh passengers, making November the month with the airport's top three single day traffic figures. In total, CSMIA managed around 27,960 air traffic movements during the month. Of the total passenger volume, over 3.4 million were domestic travelers, while more than 1.4 million passengers used international routes, driven by festive and winter travel demand. On November 29, domestic passengers accounted for approximately 1.22 lakh travelers, while international passengers crossed 54,000. No, sometimes I miss the rhythm of the reading. I apologize for it. The milestone followed the airport's highest ever daily air traffic movements of 1,036 recorded on November 21st, 2025. Among international destinations, Dubai emerged as the busiest route. Dubai emerged as the busiest route in November with 2,09,714 passengers, followed by London. Okay, Dubai emerged as the busiest. Definitely because of the high-tech city, it became no tax or low tax, great tourism exposure. Definitely. Every new influencer, content creator is getting rich or is getting enough money. Either going to either going for a trip to Dubai or some are even planning to settle down in Dubai. Followed by London Heathrow, 1,12,043, and Abu Dhabi, again city of UAE, 1 lakh 284. On the domestic network, Delhi remained the busiest sector with yeah, Delhi remained the busiest sector with 6 lakh 9,646 passengers, followed by Bengaluru 4 lakh 36,301 and Chennai 2 lakh 7,692. Delhi remains the busiest, the national capital of India. On the record traffic day of November 29, international routes with the highest passenger volumes included Dubai, London Heathrow, Abu Dhabi, Singapore, and Doha, while domestic demand was led by Delhi, Bangalore, sorry, while I repeat many times because I wish to concentrate and focus on each and every word as per my own. Okay, you can name it anything in the comments, it's completely of yours. And if you find that no, this guy will get comments, even though it's criticism, still he'll get comments, then keep your opinion with yourself. And if you want to share, do share in the comments. If you want to make video of it, roast, troll, etc., etc., everything is publicity, my friend. Go for it. Just don't cross a certain kind of limit, because there is a limit to everything. So while domestic demand was led by Delhi, Bengaluru, Chennai, Kolkata, and Hyderabad, airport officials attributed the traffic levels to seasonal travel demand and sustained connectivity across domestic and international sectors. Now, the next title is Differently Abled Man Held for Rape Committed in 2009, given by Express News Service, Mumbai, December 19. The Mumbai police recently arrested a 45-year-old differently abled person for an alleged rape committed in 2009. The victim, 34 years old, who is also a differently abled person, alleged that the accused sexually assaulted her 16 years ago after a friend of hers took her to his place. The victim has claimed that the accused mixed sedative pills in her soft drink and then raped her. Mumbai police recently have arrested the accused. According to the police, the victim, who is now married, learned through her friends that the accused had sexually assaulted several girls by similarly spiking their soft drinks. The incident came to light last week when the victim informed her husband about the assault, and the latter approached an NGO. A case was subsequently filed at Mumbai Police Station under Section 376 rape and other relevant sections of the Indian Penal Code IPC. Uh, Guys, we read two rape news articles on the same page of the State News of Maharashtra. The reason why after both the news I took a pause, I needed it. And by saying this, I do not mean that the state in which I live, our state is a terrible state to live. No, these incidents happen in many states, in many countries, in many places. It's We can't generalize any location, because it's about the people, it's about the tendency, it's about their behavior, thinking process, thought process, etc., etc. It's not the fault of the place, it's fault of their thought process, what they think, what's every time in their mind. Okay, moving ahead, the next title is Set up adequate flying squads for civic elections, SEC. Mumbai, Maharashtra State Election Commissioner Dinesh Wagmare on Friday directed the authorities to set up adequate flying squads to ensure smooth conduct of municipal corporation elections next month and effective enforcement of the model code of conduct and effective enforcement of the model code of conduct. He also asked officials to keep all election officers fully equipped and to carry out meticulous planning well in advance to facilitate easy voting for electors. Wagmare was speaking during a video conference with all municipal commissioners to review preparations for the election process of 29 municipal corporations in the state. Okay, while reading this article, by the way, this was given by Press Trust of India, and while reading it, I got something of my past. Okay, suddenly, not related to this article, not related to the newspaper, not related to news, but something which happened in one of my classes. I was performing an activity and something happened, and that moment while reading this article got in front of me, the reason why I smiled or laughed a little bit while reading it. So if it bothers you or you felt bad about it, I apologize for it. Cool. The next title is from Nation section. In Supreme Court, woman lawyer alleges sexual assault, illegal detention by Noida cops. And this is the third sexual assault news I am reading of the day. Given by Express News Service, New Delhi, December 19. The Supreme Court on Friday sought the response of the center and the Uttar Pradesh police on a plea moved by a woman advocate who alleged that she was sexually assaulted, molested, threatened with sexual violence, and wrongfully detained when she visited the Sector 126 police station in Noida to assist a client to file a complaint. A bench of Justices Vikram Nath and Anjaria also N.V. Anjaria also took note of allegations that the CCTV cameras in the police station were switched off during the period and directed the Buddha Nagar police Police Commissioner to make sure that the footage is not deleted but is kept in a sealed cover. Appearing for the petitioner, senior advocate Vikas Singh said, "This is a very gross case happening right around Delhi. If it is happening in Noida, just imagine the plight of the entire country." The bench, however, asked why the lawyer had not approached the Allahabad High Court instead, as the matter pertains to UP. "We are conscious you live in Noida and the Supreme Court is more convenient, but that's the only ground for filing under Article 32," the court asked. Wait, let me repeat this to get the flow. "We are conscious you live in Noida and the Supreme Court is more convenient, but that's the only ground for filing under Article 32," the court asked. Article 32 of the Constitution grants every individual the right to move the Supreme Court for the enforcement of their fundamental rights. Singh sought to remind that the bench was considering a suo motu matter in relation to absence of functioning CCTV cameras in police stations in Rajasthan. As Singh sought protection for the petitioner, the court said they'll dare not touch her after its order. The plea said the lawyer was subjected to 14 hours of illegal detention, custodial sexual assault, torture, and coercion by uninformed police personnel at the police station starting late on starting late on December 3. The next title is Set Up Unit to Counter Anti-India Narratives. House Panel to MEA. Given by Divya A. New Delhi, December 19. A parliament A parliamentary panel has recommended that the Ministry of External Affairs set up a dedicated communication and perception management unit within its external public and public sorry within its external publicity and public diplomacy division to monitor, analyze, and counter anti-India narratives. Coming in the wake of persistent misinformation and anti-India rhetoric in certain sections of Bangladeshi media, this is among 33 recommendations made in the latest report submitted by the Parliamentary Committee on External Affairs on future of India-Bangladesh relationship in the Lok Sabha on Thursday. According to the report, the ministry told the panel headed by Congress MP Shashi Tharoor, the one about whom I talked before when I was reading the article of awarding the PhD holders of Mumbai University, that it remains the nodal body for addressing perceptions and narratives in Bangladesh through coordinated efforts involving other ministries and agencies. Based on reports and inputs, including of trends and social media, correct facts are disseminated and misperceptions addressed on issues such as water sharing, food data sharing, border security, border security issues and incidents and sensitives. Sorry, just a moment. Okay, I shall repeat it because just to be more, just to read it better. Based on reports and inputs, including of trends and social media, correct facts are disseminated and misconceptions addressed on issues such as water sharing, food data sharing, border security issues, and incidents and sensitivities involving shared culture, language, and religion, the MEA said. A day earlier, India had summoned Bangladesh High Commissioner Riaz Hamidullah and expressed concerns over the deteriorating security environment in their country. In a statement, the MEA said its attention was drawn in particular to activities of some extremist elements who had announced plans to create a security situation around the Indian mission in Dhaka. Recently, a group of radical Islamists under the banner of July Oikya, sorry, Ok- Okya, organized, I guess it's Ikya, whatever it is, please mention in the comments if I'm mispronouncing it, organized a protest march near the Indian High Commission pressing several demands, including the return of ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. The panel also noted the stay of Hasina in India, while asserting that the country's approach in this regard is guided by its civilizational ethos and humanitarian tradition of offering refuge to individuals facing circumstances of grave distress or an existential threat. The committee has recommended that the government should continue to uphold its principled and humanitarian approach while ensuring that such situations are managed with due sensitivity. Hasina has been living in India since August 5 last year, and on November 17 she was sentenced to death in absentia by a special tribunal for crimes against humanity in Bangladesh over her government's crackdown on student-led protests in 2024. Hours after the verdict, Bangladesh's foreign ministry demanded that Hasina be immediately handed over under an extradition treaty. The committee in its report said it has taken note of the Bangladesh government's extradition request following the sentence and urged the government to keep the committee apprised to its consideration of the matter. The panel said it has also been informed that the government of India does not provide her with a political platform or any space to undertake political activity. The committee also expressed concern over the expanding Chinese footprint in Bangladesh, particularly in infrastructure, port development, and defense related cooperation, emphasizing the importance of safeguarding India's strategic and security interests, particularly in sensitive regions such as the Siliguri corridor and the Bay of Bengal. It recommended that the government closely monitor the activities of foreign powers in Bangladesh to prevent any unfriendly military foot, foothold, foothold, emphasizing that effective border management is essential for national security, regional stability, and socio-economic development. The panel also said the government should accord priority to completing the remaining fencing by expediting technical clearances and land acquisition processes. Of the 4,096 kilometer India-Bangladesh border, approximately 3,231 kilometers has been fenced. It advised for regular consultations with five states bordering Bangladesh, West Tripura, and Mizoram. While recognizing that foreign policy remains the prerogative of the Union government, the committee emphasized the importance of regularly consulting state governments on matters affecting bilateral relations and border management, it said. In its response, the ministry said the major challenges in India Bangladesh relationship revolve around areas like illegal immigration, radicalization, and extremism, regional security, and extremist rhetoric against the sovereignty and territorial integrity of India. These are sought to be addressed through cooperation with the Bangladesh government and dissemination of facts. Next title from the nation section is After clash that left many injured, Gujarat government now faces tribal protests. Given by Parimal A. Dabi, Banaskantha, Ahmedabad, December 19. The Gujarat government is staring at a growing tribal protest in Danta Taluka of Banaskantha district following a violent December 13 clash between residents of a village and officials that left injuries on both sides. 6 days after the clash that took the officials accompanied by police by surprise, with nearly 50 of them injured, no arrests have been made. Probe is focused on the role of a little known group called the AC Bharat Sarkar Sangathan, which was set up in South Gujarat's Tapi district and is known to have a presence in areas along the Rajasthan border. An FIR names 26 people along with a mob of 500 on charges of attempt to murder, dacoity, unlawful assembly, and damage to public property. In the tribal dominated Ralia village, where the incident happened, not many are willing to speak about what happened, with the residents injured in the clash reportedly avoiding hospitals for fear of being arrested and framed by people. At the center of the row is a 45-hectare plot belonging to the forest department in the village, which falls under the Balram Ambaji Wildlife Sanctuary, believed to be occupied for long by the family of a Dungri Garasia tribal. Shak- Shakari Ben Shakari Ben Parmar. The land was vacated earlier this month by officials who allegedly demolished her hut. Villagers claim Shakari Ben's family has been cultivating the land for generations. What prompted the clash was a tree planting exercise on the land. The forest officials first arrived for the same on December 5 and were allegedly stopped by members of the AC Bharat Sarkar Sangathan. An FIR An FIR was registered following this against a mob of around 100. On December 13, when forest officials again reached the spot along with police and revenue officials, a mob of around 500 people staged a protest. As per officials, they were attacked with stones, bow and arrows, and swords. Sources said that the AC Bharat Sarkar Sangathan, which is alleged to have provoked the tribals, has been active in Tapi district since 2015-16 and is led in Banaskantha by an ex-army man by the name of going by the name of Lakshman Fauji. Forest officials said while the Padalia clash had brought the group to the limelight because of widespread injuries, its members had been resisting the entry into forest land at various places. In a release on December 14 on the incident, the Forest Department said members of the group known as AC Bharat Sangathan stalled the tree plantation exercise and they confronted officials of the Forest Department and those involved in the work while making provocative statements like don't enter this area. You're not the original citizens of this country. On Lakshman Fauji, Banaskantha SP Prashant Sumbe said he was one of the accused in the incident and said they were gathering more information about him and the group. He has been confronting the forest department for some time. A revenue department official said that 8 months ago, over 200 people had surrendered over 200 people had surrendered the election and ration cards allegedly under the influence of the AC Bharat Sarkar Sangathan, but that they had managed to persuade them against this. A senior forest department official said the group has a significant presence in tribal villages adjoining Rajasthan like Simbalpani and Guda. Okay. And in case if you forgot the headline and name of this long interesting article, then the title of this article was after clash that left many injured, Gujarat government now faces tribal protests. And this article which I just read related to protests and etc. is given by Parimal A. Dabhi, Banaskantha, Ahmedabad, December 19. Okay, moving to the next title. Seven get life term for 2013 killing of NSG man, given by Manish Sahu, Lucknow, December 19. More than a decade after an NSG commando was killed for opposing cheating during an intermediate examination, a local court in Aligarh sentenced seven persons to life imprisonment on Friday. In March 2013, Tejveer Singh, 26 years old, who was posted in Delhi, had come to Murwar village in Aligarh on leave. Waiting outside an examination center, his brother in law was taking an exam. He objected to a man helping his son cheat and was shot dead. According to the prosecution, during the second shift of the intermediate exam, an argument broke out outside the exam center between a local resident, Kuldeep, and Ram Prakash, the village pradhan of neighboring Rajwal. Ram Prakash was allegedly helping his son, Pepys, to cheat by passing answers from outside, the prosecution said. Tejveer supported Kuldeep and objected to the cheating, according to the prosecution. Ramprakash, the prosecution said, summoned his family, relatives, and associates who arrived with firearms and other weapons. As the heated exchange escalated into violence, Tejveer was shot and Kuldeep sustained serious injuries. Tejveer succumbed to his injuries at a hospital. Kuldeep survived the attack but died during the course of the trial. Ramprakash also died while the trial was underway. The court held eight guilty on charges including murder, attempt to murder, and other related offences. The court sentenced seven of the convicted persons to life imprisonment, government counsel Sudhanshu Agrawal said. The eighth convicted was sentenced to 2 years imprisonment, he said. Copying, cheating in examinations. The next title is Cambodia Link Chinese Nationals 10 held for carrying out digital arrests, given by Alok Singh and Pragnesh. New Delhi, December 19. Investigations into a cyber fraud syndicate leading to the arrest of 10 people in the last 1 week have revealed that the accused were in touch with Chinese nationals who instructed them to operate digital arrest and investment frauds from Cambodia, the Indian Express has learned. The matter came to light after police received a complaint from a businessman who was allegedly duped of rupees 1 lakh in a digital arrest scam in South Delhi's Shaheen Bagh. Following this, acting on a tip-off, raids were conducted across Delhi, Mumbai, Kerala, Odisha, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, and Haryana. 10 men, including Indian 10 men, including Indian masterminds operating from Kerala, were arrested. Police said the syndicate had been operating for for years and was allegedly involved in multiple types of financial cyber fraud, resulting in losses of rupees 50 crore to the public. Officers said they have identified the syndicate's links to 66 police complaints filed across the country, including 8 cases of digital arrest, fraud, and 43 of investment fraud. Investigators said the syndicate was working through three chains: fake callers, SIM card providers, and bank account providers, all suspected to be linked with Cambodia. Central probe agencies have identified Cambodia as a major hub of international cyber fraud, including digital arrest and investment scams. According to investigators, it's suspected that Chinese fraudsters are running the operation with the help of their Indian counterparts. The defrauded money is likely transferred via multiple bank accounts, converted into cryptocurrency, and finally routed to Cambodia via Dubai, an investigator said. Deputy Chief Minister of Police Southeast, Dr. Hemant Tiwari said the arrested members were instrumental in committing various cyber frauds, including digital arrest and investment frauds. In the current case, the victim, a resident of Shaheen Bagh, was duped by these men after being threatened through WhatsApp video calls. The fraudsters posted as Karnataka police officers and claimed that his Aadhaar number and mobile phone number were involved in heinous crimes. And probably the last title for the day is Children Test HIV Positive. MP suspends three health officials. Notice also issued to former civil surgeon of Satna District Hospital, given by given by Anand Mohan J. Bhopal, December 19. The Madhya Pradesh government has suspended three health officials, including the in charge of a government blood bank, after six children tested HIV positive following blood transfusions linked to hospital. I repeat this. The Madhya Pradesh. I repeat this. The Madhya Pradesh government has suspended three health officials, including the in charge of a government blood bank, after six children tested HIV positive following blood transfusions linked to hospitals in Satna district. The action was taken after a preliminary inquiry by a committee constituted by the State Public Health and Family Welfare Department found lapses in blood screening and related procedures. The committee was set up on December 16 after the infections came to light. Those suspended include District Hospital Blood Bank in charge Dr. Devendra Patel and laboratory technicians Ram Bhai Tripathi and Nandalal Pandey. In addition, a show cause notice has been issued to Dr. Manoj Shukla, the former civil surgeon of the Satna District Hospital, seeking an explanation for alleged administrative and supervisory failures. He has been directed to submit a written explanation, failing which strict disciplinary action will be initiated in accordance with service rules. The Public Health and Family Welfare Department has taken strict action in connection with the transfusion of infected blood in Satna. The action follows a preliminary inquiry conducted by a seven-member investigation committee. The committee examined the circumstances leading to the incident and submitted its initial findings to the department, said a government official. These suspensions are part of immediate corrective measures to ensure accountability and to prevent any recurrence of such incidents, the official added. The five children aged between 3 and 15 years tested HIV positive under sorry. The five children aged between 3 and 15 years tested HIV positive after undergoing multiple blood transfusions at district hospitals in Satna. Jabalpur, and other locations. Health department records indicate that the suspected transfusions took place between January and May this year. Officials said that the parents of one of the affected children have also tested HIV positive. I repeat this, officials said that the parents of one of the affected children have also tested HIV positive, though the source and timeline of infection are still under investigation. All five children are currently receiving treatment under standard HIV management protocols, and counseling and medical support have been extended to their families. The state government has said further action will be taken after the final investigation report is submitted. Multiple teams at the district and state levels are continuing to examine donor records, blood screening procedures, compliance compliance with mandatory testing norms to determine how contaminated blood entered the supply chain. Five children aged between okay, I have read this. Okay. I said probably the last, but no, that was not the last article. There is one more, an entire page from the nations section, and we shall complete this of the same, yeah, of today. Okay. So the next title is Country's 100% literacy by 2030 goal hits Bihar wall. Given by Abhinay, given by Abhinaya Harigovind, New Delhi, December 19. The Union Education Ministry's literacy program has encountered a Bihar-sized hurdle on its path towards achieving 100% literacy by 2030, with the state among those with the lowest literacy rates, being unwilling to participate in the scheme. The scheme, Ullas, Understanding Lifelong Learning for All in Society, was launched by the Center in 2022. It requires states to identify those over the age of 15 who are not literate, those through door-to-door surveys, and to provide them training either online or in person in basic literacy and numeracy that a class 3 student would learn. These individuals must, I apologize for the pauses and glitches in the video. So continuing the article, these individuals must then take a test, and those who clear it are certified as literate. So far, five states, union territories, Himachal Pradesh, Mizoram, Goa, Tripura, and Ladakh have declared themselves fully literate. Bihar and West Bengal have yet to participate, with Bihar's literacy rate giving particular cause for concern. The 2023-24 Periodic Labor Force Survey annual report shows that Bihar's literacy rate of 74.3% among those aged 7 and above is the second lowest in the country, after Andhra Pradesh figure of 72.6%. West Bengal, in contrast, recorded a figure of 82.6%, which is above the national average of 80.9%. This is concern this concern is not new. The 2011 census showed that Bihar had a literacy rate of 61.8%, the country's lowest figure, and below the national average of 73%. Meanwhile, West Bengal stood above the national average even in the census, recording a rate of 76.3%. A senior official in the education ministry said it has been drawing Bihar's attention to the Ullas scheme repeatedly, flagging it in meetings that have taken place after written communications were sent, since the state has one of the highest illiteracy loads. Since the state has one of the highest illiteracy loads. In October 2024, Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan wrote to Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar urging the state to participate. I am informed that Rs 15.79 crore was released to Bihar during FY 2023-24 under the Ullas scheme, as projected by your state. However, the scheme has not been implemented, and neither the annual plan has been submitted nor the funds released have been utilized, he wrote. In light of the critical importance of achieving full literacy, I urge you to take immediate action in order to make the state fully literate by utilizing the benefits of ULAS. Bihar's active participation is essential in attaining the national goal of 100% literacy by 2030. The letter pointed out that the 2023-24 PLFS report showed a national literacy rate of 80.9% for individuals aged 7 and above, with a rate of 87.2% among men and 74.6% among women. As compared to the national average, Bihar's total literacy rate is 74.3%, with 82.3% for males and 66.1% for females. There are almost 2 crore non-literates aged 15 to 59, with around 67 lakh males and 1.32 crore females. You would agree these statistics underscore the urgent need for targeted literacy initiatives in your state, he wrote. Months earlier, in July 2024, School Education Secretary Sanjay Kumar wrote to the Chief Secretary of Bihar asking that the state utilize the funds released and implement the scheme for the larger benefit of the community. The communication referred to an amount of rupees 35.09 crore, central share of rupees 21.05 crore, and state share of rupees 14 crore, which was approved in 2023-24 for 18.80 lakh learners. The first installment of 75% of the approved amount, rupees 15.79 crore, was released as the central share to Bihar in 2023. However, even after 1 year, Bihar has not transferred the central share from state treasury to the SNA, single nodal agency, amount along with commensurate state share as per the Department of Expenditure letter dated 16 February 2023. The state government shall transfer the central share as well as the commensurate state share to the SNA account within 30 days of receipt of central share. Further, sorry, further receipt, sorry, further interest will be charged. Okay, now this is WEF. I know it's quite common short form or something called to short form something. I don't remember the word. If you do remember, please do mention the word in to mention the term which is called to short forms. I remember I read it, but I forgot it. Please do mention that in the comment section, and also the full form of this WEF, which may be common, but I truly don't know. 1st April 2023, on the number of days of delay beyond 30 days in transfer of central share to the SNA account on the rate of 7% per annum, the letter noted. Asked about the state not participating in the scheme, senior officials in the Bihar Education Department pointed to the state's own literacy scheme, Akshar Aanchal, which has been in place for close to a decade and a half, aiming for literacy among members of the Dalit, Mahadalit, and minority communities, extremely backward classes, and women. It includes ensuring schooling for children in the 6 to 14 age group and basic literacy and numeracy among women in the 15 to 45 age group. Women of the targeted groups take a test on basic literacy organized by the state every 6 months, officials said. The state's outlay for the Akshar Achal scheme is larger than the amount that would be spent on Ullas, officials said. The Ullas program has been launched in keeping with the National Education Policy 2020, which calls for government initiatives for adult education as soon as possible to expedite the aim of achieving 100% literacy. The goal of achieving full literacy by 2030 is in line with one of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals of the UN. At least two southern states and one union territory are close to declaring themselves fully literate under ULAS. joining the five that have done so. Another education ministry official said declaring states as fully literate hinges on the states identifying non-literate people, training them and getting them to take and clear the test. Figures from the upcoming census could indicate the gains from the scheme, the official said. In August 2024, the Education Ministry wrote to states defining literacy and 100% literacy for the purpose of Ullas. Literacy was defined as the ability to read, write, and compute. I repeat, literacy was defined as the ability to read, write, and compute with comprehension, that is, to identify, understand, interpret, and create, along with critical life skills such as digital literacy, financial literacy, etc. Achieving 95% literacy in a state union territory may be considered as equivalent to being fully literate, the ministry had said. Okay, this was a very, very, very long article based on the country's 100% literacy by 2030's goal, HBR wall. Okay, okay, this was great. The next one is just a moment, just okay. Kerala migrant worker lynched on suspicion of theft, 5 arrested. Given by Shaju Philip, Tirunanthapuram, December 19. A mob lynched a migrant worker from Chhattisgarh to death in Kerala's Palakkad district Thursday, suspecting him to be a thief. The victim, Ram Narayan Bhayar, 31 years old, had been working at an industrial estate Kanzi, in Kanzikode, Palakkad, for the last 1 month. Walayar police have arrested 5 local persons on charges of murder. He was reportedly mentally unstable. He lost his way to the industrial estate where he was working along with other migrant workers. By evening, he was spotted near a group of women engaged in work under the MGNREGS. When he started rummaging through one of their bags, in which they usually keep meals, these women raised an alarm. A group of young men who were nearby rushed to the spot and assaulted him, according to a police officer. The officer said no stolen material could be recovered from the youth. After the gang abandoned the migrant worker, local people alerted police. Although he was taken to the district hospital in Palakkad, he was declared dead. A doctor on duty reported to police that the youth had sustained multiple injuries and was bleeding from the nose and mouth. After the doctor indicated the profuse bleeding might have led to the death, police registered a case of murder under BNS section 103. Later in the night, 5 persons, Murali praised Anu Bipin and Anandan, all hailing from Atap, Atappalam, all hailing from Atappalam village, were arrested. The post-mortem examination will be conducted and the victims' relatives have been informed about the incident, according to police. It's been a long, and the rest of the nation section, economy section, and world section will be read by myself in the evening when I'll stream on Twitch and Kick. So whoever wish to join me in that, I'll mention the link in the description of the YouTube channel. You can join via that. Okay. I mean, a link of my platforms. I don't think so. I would be able to. If I shall not be able to join the link of the live streaming, then I shall definitely join the link of the recorded session of. I mean, even if there are recorded sessions, I do record which sustain for 7 days on both Kick and Twitch. So if you won't be able, or if anyone won't be there at the live session during the live session, then I shall share the link of the recorded stream of Twitch and Kick both, or either of them, in the description of this video. Okay, so rest of the as I mentioned, so rest of the news articles I'll read in that streaming, and if you won't join me in the streaming, then I'll mention the link of Twitch and Kick in the description of this YouTube video. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye bye.